Hello, all my beautiful Cancer folks out there. I hope everyone is having a marvelous day. Welcome to my channel. If you don't know who I am, I am Brandy, and this is Sacred Arcana Tarot. Today we are going to do a general love reading, just to see what kind of energy is out there. I've already shuffled the cards for time's sake, and let's get to your reading. Let's see what Spirit has to say. Ooh. Okay, Cancer, we can stop right there. We've got 3 major arcanas right there. Holy cow. Oh. Oh, interesting. Wow. Wow. And then we have the 3 of Wands on the bottom. Interesting. Wow. Okay, so let's do a little info on the spread. These 3 cards at the top are kind of like scene setters. They give you the background energy of what's happening, what kind of energy is around you. These 2 right here in the second row show the direction the energy is heading for the month, and then if you follow, this will be the outcome. So if you follow the directions that Spirit leads forth, if you keep going on this path, this is where it's going to lead you. So first up, woo, Mac Daddy, we have the Emperor. Boy, Cancer, you're really starting off right off the bat, ain't you? So this is the absolute, I always consider him like the alpha male, right? So he's very strong. He is very, very masculine energy, very yang energy. He's the king, so he's holding his chess piece here. He is very comfortable with being on top of his world, and he controls his world. Spirit just said violently, but I don't think Spirit means it in like cutting to pieces. It's like he is so, okay, Spirit said protective. He's very protective of what he considers his, right? So his world, his boundaries, his home, anything that he puts his effort in. He's very protective of it. He's worked to get what he has, right? This is kind of like the King of Pentacles on tilt. So, I mean, this person is a natural leader. They're very methodical, analytical. They would make very good like lawyers and judges, people who have no problems making those giant decisions in life, right? So he'd be a great judge. He would weigh the options. You know, he would look at the different defense and the prosecutor's evidence, and he would have no problems, you know, providing judgment on that. He's very confident in his skills, in his opinion, in his strength of character. You know, he knows who he is. He's very comfortable with who he is too. The fact that this is here almost feels like looking at the sun, and then you have Justice. This feels like someone that is around you. It could be someone you work with. It could definitely be a father figure. Someone that, okay, Spirit just said looks at you disdainfully. You may feel like they look at you kind of disdainfully, but they don't. Not really. So you may feel like they kind of look at you like down their nose at you, where they, you know, you might feel like they feel like they're better than you. That's kind of this energy, it feels like, that's coming around. So be mindful of that. So let's go ahead and look at the sun. Oh, I love me some sun energy. So the sun is very, gosh, not only is it bright and just gleaming and just hopeful, I mean, it's like happiness on tilt, right? It's like everything you've ever wanted, right? She's outside, she's happy to be outside, her arms are flung wide, she's very much in the moment. There's lots of joy that stems from this card. I always see the sun as like a giant sunflower, and it's beaming down its positive energy to her, and she's celebrating it. She's just, oh, thank you, sun, I love you. You know, it signifies abundance. It signifies, it can even signify fertility. It's definitely, a lot of people call it the yes card. I mean, her arms are outstretched and that's like a necklace. Can you see it's like her necklace is reaching forward? I mean, she even looks like a Y. She even looks like Y for yes. It's, you know, like the beginning of creativity. It's someone who's very focused on their happiness. Like, she's very happy with what she has. She feels whole. She feels like she's not lacking anything. She's very grateful. She feels very generous. She feels like she can conquer the world. Like, she could do anything she wanted to. Absolutely anything she wanted to. This is very much like a card of happy celebration and just abundance, and she's fulfilled. She's got everything she wants. So she feels like, what else could I need in life? I'm happy with what I have. I don't need anything else. You know, she's happy. Just happy, happy, happy. So then we come across justice. But not just justice. Justice in reverse. When justice is upright, it usually shows balance. It can show legal matters. It can show, you know, truth. Someone who is speaking their truth. Even like cause and effect. Like, you know, you recognize something that maybe you have done that has put you where you are now. But it's in reverse. So in reverse, there's some kind of consequence coming. There's some kind of, Spirit says retribution. I don't like that word. I really don't like that word. But Spirit says retribution, some kind of acknowledgement that you have done something in your past that maybe wasn't so great. Now, okay, Cancer, Spirit has just shown me a sequence. And for lack of a better way of presenting it to you, this feels like someone that you have been in a relationship with. They showed me two people, and they showed me butting heads. Literally butting heads. Like the foreheads are going boing, boing, boing. And then they showed me a door shutting. So this feels like you and someone who is close to you, whether it's a significant other, boyfriend, husband, or this could be wife. This could be wife, girlfriend, take it as you will. Whoever is the masculine figure and whoever is the feminine figure, energy-wise. It feels like there was a lot of butting of heads. It feels like this person is more analytical, is more practical, down to earth, almost a little, I want to say boring, almost boring in a way, because they feel like things should follow patterns and follow certain paths, right? So, for instance, this person looks at it like, you go to school, you graduate high school, you go to college, you graduate college, you get a job. If you don't get a job, you go back to school, you get a master's degree, you get a job. If you don't get a job, you go back to the school, get a PhD, then you get a job, then you start a family. So it feels like they have everything blocked out, and that's how they view the world. So the first thing you do, like in chess, every move you make follows a strategy, right? So every move you make is strategic in leading you to the next move that you're going to make, so that you can get the outcome that you want. That's not to say that this person is a manipulator. I don't feel that negative, sticky manipulation feeling that I get when someone who wants to try and, you know, get their way no matter what. It doesn't feel this way. This is just how this person thinks. This is just how this person works. You know, they write lists. They plot out everything. You know, they follow directions. If they get a new TV, they read the direction booklet from A to Z. You know, from page 1 all the way to the end, to make sure they do everything in the right order, the way it's supposed to be done. However, this feels like you. It really does feel like you, Gemini. You, on the other hand, the person that's represented in the sun here doesn't follow the rules. They make their own rules. They don't believe that you have to do things in a certain order, right? This is someone who maybe didn't finish school, maybe just got a high school degree, maybe had a child earlier in life, they haven't been married, they're not interested in being married. It's someone that kind of takes it one day at a time. You know, whatever happens that day, they deal with. There's not a lot of lists, there's not a lot of strategic planning, there's not a lot of, you know, where will I be in 10 years? It's more like, well, will I be happy in 10 years? Yes. Well, if it's yes, then keep doing what you're doing. They don't overanalyze like the Emperor does. And this feels like that Justice, this is kind of like these two coming together and butting heads. And it almost feels like this person is accusing this person of something. So it feels like you're in a situation to where you feel like you can't win at the moment. There's not going to be any justice for you. There's nothing that's going to work out for you. It's just, it's not happening, right? You're like, you know what? There's no point in fighting this. I just have to let it go. It is what it is. In Spirit, with this overlapping, with the Six of Swords overlapping these two, this definitely is saying, you know what? It's time to move. It's time to move on. It's time to put the past behind you. It's time to, you know, move to better waters or better opportunities. Traditionally, the Six of Swords is, you see the backs of the individuals in the boat and they're, you know, rowing across a river trying to get to new land. That's what this is saying. This is saying, you know, it's time for you to transition into a new season. But you need to be aware that the caution here is that you take your past with you. You take your trauma, you take your heartache, you take your issues, your problems. You don't leave them behind. The whole point of this is you need to leave those negative aspects behind. If you take them with you, there's no point in trying to transition to the next phase because it's not going to happen. You can only transition once you put the past behind you and let it go. You have to acknowledge it, but you've got to let it go. You can't let it continue to be tied to your boat and, you know, attached to you. You gotta let it go. So let's move on to the Four of Cups. Four of Cups. She's looking a little forlorn. She goes, oh, you know, I've got 3 cups in front of me and I'm still not happy. I just don't know what I want. Like, oh my God, where's that cup that I really, really want? And Spirit is saying, it's right here. Hello, can you feel it? It's touching you. Look, look, look at me, look at me. But she's not looking. And the fact that she's looking at the Six of Swords tells me that if you are not careful, you are going to constantly be looking back. You're never going to look forward at this new beautiful opportunity that Spirit is trying to offer to you, trying to give you, that has everything that you need or want in it. You're too busy looking back. You are too busy, you know, thinking about the past, thinking about what happened, thinking about any kind of trauma, bad memories, whatever. You're hanging on to that and you're not moving into that joyful rainbow that is you. I mean, this really does feel like you. It's almost like someone has diminished your light. It's like they've taken away the joy from your heart. They've just kind of muted it. Because, I mean, look at Justice. It's bright here, but it's dark here. And then there's a period of darkness. And she comes out of the darkness, but she's still stuck. She's still stuck looking back. So let's look at the Five of Wands. Five of Wands. We've still got some strife going on here, right? So there's some kind of competition. There's some kind of, you know, you feel like you're having to kind of fight with others. You're going to have to fight a challenge that someone comes up to you with. You know, I mean, that can be, okay, Spirit just said a challenge of your beliefs. So, okay, so that makes sense. Spirit is saying you need to challenge your beliefs. The fact that this is who you truly are, full of light and love and just bright. You're so bright. The sun, it's the brightest star. And your light has been dimmed so much. You've got to fight for that. And you see how this guy right here is reaching up for the fire, just like it's a bolt or a comet that's coming in from the sky. Keep reaching for it. Your light is coming. It's coming back to you. You will gain it again, but you've really got to fight to get it back. So it feels like the fact that you're wedged between Justice and the Emperor, it feels like this person really did a number on you. And it could be that their words especially were very cutting. They sliced you in half. They sliced you apart. They really, almost like low blows. They said things that really, really kind of hit home and really cut you in ways that you've never experienced before. And it's the way they view the world. You know, they know how to hurt people. They know. I mean, that's the thing about the Emperor energy, right? He can be very strong. He can be very protective. But if he feels wronged or crossed or upset in any way, I mean, he uses those same tools of protection to lash out and destroy. And it almost feels like this person tried to do that. I keep saying he just because it's an emperor here, but this masculine energy just tried to destroy this beautiful, beautiful star. But you know, the thing is, the star creates its own energy. The sun creates its own energy, and it allows so many other beings and so many other things to really sprout and grow. And that's the beauty of you. That's what you are. That's the power that you have. You know, you allow the people around you to really blossom, to really grow and be the people that they're meant to be. You don't look at people just at face value. You very much look at them, and not like a transaction either. You very much look at them like each person is a star in their own galaxy. Thank you, Spirit, for that. I feel like I should make a t-shirt. That was awesome. So be aware of that. You know, keep reaching for your fire. Keep reaching for that sun, that light. Don't give up on yourself. Spirit's not going to give up on you, so why should you give up on you? So let's see if Spirit will give you any advice for the Five of Wands. Oh, you have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. I don't know if you guys know the story of Ike and Tina Turner, but Ike Turner was the husband of Tina Turner, okay? Take time to read their story. I'm not going to go into it here. Suffice it to say that they were musicians. They're very, very important musicians. They really inspired a complete generation of rock and rollers. However, Tina Turner was the singer, right? And Ike was the one in control of the band. He was also her manager. He very much controlled everything. Basically, he was the embodiment of the Emperor. Tina Turner is such a beautiful soul. She's beautiful inside and out. Ike beat the shit out of her. During their highest, most notable time, like in the 60s and 70s, people didn't realize that he was abusing her, that he was really, as often as she sang and performed and made other people happy, he tried to take every bit of that away from her in private. They were married, and he was very violent towards her. He was very, very abusive. The whole reason I'm bringing this up is because with the Ten of Pentacles, you need to fight for yourself, for your light, for your energy, to go back to this. Tina Turner ran away from him one night when they were in a car. He started to beat her, and the driver had stopped at a red light, and she managed to get away from him. She had no money, she had no ID, she just had the clothes on her back and a bloodied face. And she went to a hotel. She spoke to the manager, who recognized her and took care of her, and that was the beginning of her getting away and becoming who she was. Now, when they divorced, he tried to take absolutely everything. He didn't want to give her a dime, and she was okay with that. She said, you know what? I didn't want anything from you. I don't want any reminder that you ever existed in my life, but I want my name, because my name, Tina Turner, is going to give me the financial freedom. It's going to allow me to turn into the Queen of Pentacles, basically, is what it was. She could then take the power back and make her own way in the music world. So you may have to give something up. She gave up all of her money. She gave up all of the houses, all of the business rights to those earlier songs. I mean, she gave up everything. She started completely from scratch. She had to get a manager. I mean, everything. But you know what? She did it. She absolutely did it. She came back. She had a wonderful career. People don't remember him, but they sure as hell know Tina Turner. And that's what this feels like. This feels like you're going to be fighting for your light, but Spirit says you may have to give something up. You may have to give something up that you weren't expecting, and it may be harsh, like what she had to go through. But in the end, it will be worth it. In the long term, it's going to be worth it. Wow. Oh my God. Cancer. Okay, I'm sorry I went so long, but this very much feels like you're in a position to where there's a lot of changes going on for you, and there's going to be a lot of decisions that you're going to have to make for your own health and well-being and happiness. I'm sorry I don't have better news for you, but the Spirit really had a lot to say with this today. If this resonated with you, please leave me a comment. If you need to reach out to someone, please, there are plenty of numbers of places where if you are being battered or anything like that, please reach out and seek help. There are people that will help you. Absolutely. This is not going to resonate with everyone, obviously, but it was definitely a reading that had to be done. Spirit wanted it brought out for the ones that it does resonate with. Even if it's just one person, it was meant for you. Guys, this is heavy. This is really, really heavy. But remember, you are the sun. And the sun was here before us. The sun will be here way after us. So be your light. Go back. Fight for that light. Fight for that joy. That is you. Everyone, please take care of yourself. Leave me a comment below to let me know if this resonated with you. If you liked it, hit that thumbs up button. Tap that subscribe button and ding that bell notification. Let you know when I upload new videos. Lots of love to you guys. Cancer, hold on. Things will get better. I love you all. See you soon. Bye.